but going down to the lower gears and have a high RPM, oh my god, it's fast. Oi! So what I have here is the brand new 2021 Husqvarna 701 Supermoto. It is coming with the single overhead camshaft, liquid cooled single cylinder engine, and it is actually the same engine that they are using on the 710 Sportier. It performs 74 horsepower and actually the same in Newton meters. To be all correct, it is 73.5. Basically the same, but maybe you're thinking to yourself, that was not a lot of power in a 701 cubic engine. But thinking about that this bike only weighs 148 kilos, I think it's going to perform pretty well. And of course, this Husqvarna as well as KTM comes with fully adjustable WP Apex suspension, and it is top of the class, top notch suspension. And of course the rear suspension is also from WP. A nice little feature about this Supermoto is that it actually comes with, for some reason Husqvarna is calling it easy shift. Quick shift I would have said, but Husqvarna is calling it easy shift. It is a sensor that are detecting your gear engagement, so basically it is quick shift. It comes with two unique rider modes, and the first one offers a more sportier throttle response, but also has a more cornering sensitive traction control that will keep your wheelies and slips with the rear wheel at a minimum. The second rider mode is a more aggressive rider mode, which also enables the Supermoto ABS, which actually means that there are no ABS on the rear wheel, no traction control as well. So that is just brutal power, and then you can do whatever you want with this machine. And of course, having the Brembo monoblock calipers will provide you with the top shelf braking system, and this Husqvarna 701 has that as well. That was just a little tour at the specs of this Husqvarna Supermoto bike. So let's just gear up and take it out for a first ride. So we are now out on the Husqvarna 701 Supermoto, and I have been looking so much forward to this. So I have a little bit of, what can I say, a good eye to Supermotos in general. I do like the aesthetic of the bikes. I like the feeling that you get when riding a Supermoto. And then I just think that Supermotos are so incredibly fun to ride. And as I've said before, I have really been looking forward to test ride this 701 from Husqvarna. Because it is a single cylinder motorcycle, it does run a little, it's wrong of me to say weird, but different from what I'm used to. But the single cylinder engine just performs so well in Supermotos like this. Even though you're upright like you are on this Supermoto, the agility is actually pretty strong. You can have a little bit of difficulties with a snappy, what can I say, handling, but I actually think that this Husqvarna is doing a pretty decent job. As I was talking about before, I do love the aesthetic of Supermotos in general, and I really do think that Husqvarna has done something really cool on this 701. I love the fact that it's white, gray and neon. It's not a color scheme you see everywhere, so just in the standard color scheme it stands out in public. It's not a machine you see everywhere, and it's not colors that you see combined together everywhere. So let's see, I'm in 4th gear. Let me just try to pull the throttle. And there it came, yes. Let's see if I gear down a little bit to 2nd gear, and let's do the same thing again. Oh! Because it is a single cylinder, you can't just gear up as I was in 4th gear and then just pull the throttle and think it would be fast, because it won't. But going down to the lower gears and have a high RPM, oh my god, it's fast. Oi! And the front wheel will go up as well. But I have to keep it down, because here in Denmark they take the bike, they take your driver's license if you do wheelies in public. So that would be for another video. I just have to keep telling myself that I have to run it in the lower gears, because that is where this bike performs so well. I would really love to hear this bike with a proper exhaust. Not because it's lower or something like that, but you can just hear that the bike needs air. It needs to come out with all the air. Just warming up the tires really well so we can take some good corners. So as you can see here, this is my rider's mode configuration, and it has 2 different possibilities. You have the map button here, then it changes the rider mode, and I have to hold still. I can see you can change while riding, but that's okay. We just keep it in the 2nd rider mode, which is the more aggressive one. A bike like this is actually something I really want to have as my 2nd choice. Beside of my FTR, I really love to have the brutal machine, the V-twin, as I have now in the FTR. But I will love to have a Supermoto as well. The KTM I had was just too expensive to be a 2nd choice. So that is why I sold it for the C900 and then to the FTR 1200. But I would love to have a playful bike like this as a 2nd choice. Oh, I love the handling of these Supermotos. And it's actually kind of fun, because normally mirrors like this, that would just be something that I will throw off immediately. But I actually think it keeps the style of this Supermoto enduro feel. I also had a KLX 250 once. It also had these big mirrors, and I kept them. So my body position is as I expected on a Supermoto. It's pretty well. You don't have too closed legs, you are upright in your back. The seat is not that firm, it's pretty hard actually. But it's a Supermoto. What do you really want with a Supermoto? Do you want the comfiness? Nah, you want the fun times. That is what you want. And a seat like this, where you can move around and have a lot of possibilities in your seating position, is actually kind of nice. So guys, as you can see, the only thing that shouldn't happen happened. The rain came. So the twisty roads is going to be for another video, because something I really won't do is destroying a dealership bike like this. So I'm gonna keep it upright, but it's okay, because I can still have a lot of fun. So is this really an good everyday commuter bike? Yes, it actually is, because you just get the best from all worlds. You have the good rider position. You are also pretty up high in the seat, so you have a good overlook over the traffic in front of you. You have the snappy engine, of course, and then you have the riding agility. So if you're living in a city, this would be a perfect everyday commuter. If you're going to do long mileage rides every day till and from work, then probably not. If you are going on the highway, you know, rides like that, then it won't be the best opportunity. But if you are a city commuter, this would be a perfect match. It's a small bike, it's a snappy bike, and you have a good body position. So I guess this is here where my first ride of this Husqvarna 701 Supermoto ends, because it is rainy as and I am getting back to the dealership now. Not because I don't want to ride in the rain, but it is a dealership bike, so I can ride my own in bad condition. That will be okay. I am really positive about Supermotos. I really am. I just think they are incredibly cool. You just have to have in mind what this bike is built for. It's not built for the long trips. You can do it, of course, but there are bikes that are better for touring. So guys, that was everything from today's first ride. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you aren't already, and if you're new here, welcome. It is so nice to have you. And then see you in the next one. See ya.